Welcome to my channel. I'm so happy you're checking this out. Let me just start off by saying, if you just watched the Fantastic Beasts 2 movie and you feel cheated, this is not the video for you. The inevitable truth is, whatever monstrosaurous crap the Potterverse puts out, I'm gonna watch it and find ways to love it. This is how I keep the child in me alive while I try to be an adult. With that in mind, I tried really hard, and I mean seriously tried. It took me like 2 weeks of processing this movie to find some things that I actually liked about it. But here are 5 things I actually liked about Fantastic Beasts 2, The Crimes of Grindlewald. And obviously so many spoilers, so if you haven't watched the movie yet, stop right now, wait a year till the movie's on Netflix next year, watch it, then come back. Number 1, Grindelwald's Great Escape. Alright, so when the movie started, I swear to God, I was in love. I thought after the first 5 minutes with this great action scene, everything's gonna be amazing. Little did I know that that was not the truth, but nonetheless, I really liked the opening scene. But what I didn't like was the fact that it took the orders of Makuza, who had one job of taking this guy to prison, and they messed it up. Like, if I was taking the most wanted criminal of my time to prison, I would make sure that his pet chupacabra isn't walking right behind him, or that the Elder Wand is put away safely, or that I would change the guard for a 3rd time just to make sure, because like you so blatantly put out, he is so persuasive. But I am glad that this all happened because it set up one of the coolest scenes I've seen in either of the 2 Fantastic Beasts movies. Between the flying Thestral carriage, the Polyjuice transformation of Abernathy into Grindelwald, and Grindelwald summoning some sweet lightning, it was also worth it. And he even gave Abernathy a split tongue, just like Voldemort in the earlier parts of the Harry Potter franchise. Number 2, Nagini. Okay, I know what you're thinking, but let's put all the racial controversy aside and let's just enjoy the awesomeness that is Nagini. Although Nagini just stood by Credence for the entirety of the film with no lines and just looking serious, the one time that we actually get to see her turn into a snake maledictus was so cool. Unfortunately, the one time that we did get to see this happen was the same scene that we saw in the trailers that they used to build hype, but nonetheless, it was still pretty cool.
Nagini, the moment has come to take our rightful place.
Also, the entire Circus Arcanus scene was just everything that I thought it would be. And there are some rumors that Newt might be able to cure Nagini. In the first movie, he said that he can take the Obscurus out of an Obscurial, so maybe he will be able to do that with the Maledictus, which would make sense because at the end of the movie, Nagini ended up on the good guy's side with Dumbledore and Newt, but we all know that Voldemort still got his Horcrux, so I guess we'll find out. Number 3, Zoe Kravitz as Leta Lestrange. This character was so loaded. I mean, a black female Slytherin, full blood, stuck in a love triangle with 2 basic white dudes. You know I'm going to be all over that. And yes, I am definitely throwing shade because I connected 0% with the Scamander brothers. Anyways, whenever Zoe came on screen as Leta, I was so captivated. I know she barely talked till the last 30 minutes, which really sucked, but when she just looked into the camera like she was looking into your soul, there was just so much intensity. And when she did talk, it was killer, especially that scene that was also in the trailer when she says, "You've never met a monster you couldn't love." Also, when she confessed her love to the Scamanders, which one was she talking to? Guess we'll never find out. Honestly, I'm just out here praying to the Potterverse gods that she pulls a Credence and comes back in the 3rd movie. Number 4, Better Fantastic Beasts. I think it's safe to say that I wasn't the only person who was disappointed by the lack of Fantastic Beasts in the first Fantastic Beasts movie. Aside from the comedy scenes with Niffler and the knockoff baby Groot, the rest of the beasts were meh. But this film definitely stepped it up. My favorite was the Zuvu, whatever. The elephant dragon looking creature. Especially the part where it jumped from London to Paris. That thing is like the USS Enterprise when it goes into warp drive on Star Trek. Also, the Fire Drake, the Madagot, and the Kelpie were pretty cool as well, but I'm just gonna put it out there, there's always room for more. Number 5, The Life of Credence Barebone. First of all, I'm not going to address the elephant in the room. It's been 2 weeks since I watched the movie and I still haven't processed the climax of it, so let's just move on from that. So one of the things in my opinion that really gave this film life was the struggles of Credence Barebone. Whenever the poor guy wasn't asking the people on the streets who his parents were, you were left with seeing this vulnerable guy who was just trying to figure himself out. The man gets played so hard by Grindelwald. Just think about his life as a 20-something-year-old right now. First, he gets abused by that orphan lady Mary Lou, who I hate by the way. Then he gets manipulated by Graves, who's Grindelwald. Then he thought he found his mother, finally, but she turned out to be a half-elf who ended up dying, which was super sad, by the way. Then finally, he thought he had found his lineage as Corvus Lestrange, which ended up being a lie. And then he finds out he's a Dumbledore, Aurelius Dumbledore to be exact. I'm sorry, I know I said I'm not going to acknowledge this, but can she even do that? Sorry, I just had to stop myself right there because I knew this video wasn't long enough for what was coming. Honestly, I feel for the guy. Like, by the end of the movie, I was rooting for him. I just wanted him to be happy, you know, like the real Ezra Miller.
Greetings and salutations. I am the one they call Ezra Miller. And I know it's been a minute since you saw Fantastic Beasts. I'm not sure why because I watch it every day, but just in case, I'm here to catch you up.
You all need to go check out Ezra Miller's social media. There's some interesting stuff on there. So those were all the things that I liked about the Fantastic Beasts 2 movie. What did you think? I know there were a lot of other things I could have talked about, like the validity of the Aurelius Dumbledore claim or the connection to World War, but I really just wanted to put out some positive vibes out there. I really hope you liked it, and until then, thank you for watching.